I think it's going to go to Ben Nightingale, one of those fine young sophomores that the Raiders have on this club. He and Adam Barkley paired up a lot, and again, they're only sophomores. You're going to hear a lot of those two before the season's over and before their career is over. Going to get a tripping penalty. Just prior to that, down at the other end, we got the number now.
Was it Kerwin you're talking about?
Yeah, Clint Kerwin. Yeah. Clint in traffic elected to make just an extra move when he should have drilled the puck. Again, he's another sophomore. Those things will come through an experience.
Well, Evans is back out there.
Takes me a while, only my second game, and I don't know all the Massena numbers yet.
Off the face-off, Evans can't play it, and Walsh is just going to lift it down the ice. Evans is a great hockey player, but it seems like he tries to do a little too much, Dave.
Yeah, they put a big load on his shoulder. I guess they to him too much, possibly.
Massena on the penalty kill right now. Puck comes bouncing out to neutral ice, and it's taken across by Fennell. He's going to flip it. Here's a sharp angle shot, hit the side of the net, and O'Shea will pick it up. He tries to clear the zone, didn't quite make it out of the zone. Here's Evans, dipsy-doodling, gets tied up, circles back again. He's checked by Walsh. Here's a shot in front, and actually it was a pass, and he fanned on it. Here's a shot from the blue line, goes wide. Puck around the boards, back to the blue line again in the corner. Barkley can't come up with it. Here's Evans stepping in front. Barkley just kind of pushed his stick down so he couldn't control it. Massena looking to try to clear it down the ice, and they do finally. And it bounces in behind the net. Well, there was a little interference, but O'Shea's going to get the puck anyway. And he's going to rag with it. Drops it back to Cameron. What do we have?
Well, it looks like it's a penalty against the Raiders, whatever. He's pointing, maybe too many men on the ice. We'll wait and see.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's what it is.
Too many men on the ice.
That was just one of those bad luck things.
Yeah, 2:27.72, and it was really, really close. I think those are maybe a little more experienced. He might have said, well, maybe that wasn't. Coach Long's not too happy about that. He's, come on, give him a couple of feet here, will you?
Yeah, that was a very tight call by referee Christie.
We mentioned young Ben Nightingale and Adam Barkley. Adam, do you know Adam's mom, Elizabeth, by any chance?
Elizabeth Barkley. I think I know her.
Yeah, she's a nice young lady. I have the opportunity to work with her, but I didn't know if you knew. You'll get an opportunity to meet her before the year's out.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, very impressive young lady.
And you know his father, Michael Spinks Barkley. Massena down 2 men again. They win the draw and drop it out to neutral ice. Dumped into the zone. Cameron will pick it up for Massena. Bangs it off the boards, doesn't clear the zone. Defenseman with a little problem. He finally comes up with it, shoots it, save. Well, it was deflected just wide. I got a little too quick on that save. I thought it was going to be a save, but it was deflected. 10 seconds left in the first Massena penalty, and 2 minutes left in the period. Massena leads at 7-2 on the Bob Post scoreboard. And here comes LaSalle. LaSalle dumps it again in the Massena zone. Comes to Nightingale. Nightingale just flips it in the corner. Kicks it behind again, bangs at it. Here's Nightingale, just looking to waste a little time. Has it swept away by Evans. He shovels it back to the point. Here's a drive, they score. And Cormanius just got railed from behind. Now, I don't know what you would call that.
I'm not sure. That's called pick play. He took Kermanius out of the play, and he took the goaltender, Zach Long, out of the play. It came back to the point, and I think it was it number 16? I'm not sure, but he drilled about a 58-footer, and all of a sudden there was an empty net. The blue shirt came across, and he not only picked the Raider player in front, he took the goaltender out of the play, and it was an empty net.
That'll be a power play goal for the Cadets, so we're going to have to pick another Powerade power play winner here in a moment. But the puck goes into the Massena zone. We got another penalty on Massena, and here's the whistle. And what are we going to call this time? An elbow on Mike Lapointe.
We got an elbow and we got a hand pass. That's why the whistle blew and it's coming outside. But minute 30, I don't think there's enough time for the Cadets trying to mount a comeback. And that let's see who got credit for that last goal, Sal. Who was it?
David Nichols.
Oh, it was Nichols from the point. Okay, I thought it was 16. It was 10. I just misread the number, but he won't get one easier than that. Cadets got the puck, threw it back to the point, and he wound up, had his head down. He wound up, and all of a sudden there was nothing there. A blue shirt came across, took care of Zach Long, and took care of the Raider forward or defenseman was standing in front, and bingo, empty net, goal.
Minute and a half left, and a minute and a half penalty on Mike Lapointe as he gets a call for elbowing. And we've got our third power play winner. Powerade power play winner is Ryan Quenville of Haskell Street in Massena. Ryan Quenville is the winner. Off the face-off. Puck dumped in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Long leaves it for Cameron. He just looks to tie it up, but it's knocked free. Comes bouncing into the corner, and it's picked up by Bubba Gerard to the blue line, but not out. Bouncing it toward the blue line. Flipping it right in front. Massena controls. Gerard flips it ahead down the ice. So we've had three or four Powerade power play winners. A lot of goals here tonight, that's why. Last minute of play. Here's the puck. Massena's O'Shea steals it. Trying to flip it to Walsh, and he fanned. We got another penalty. Oh, and there's LaSalle player just got booted. As Timmy O'Shea just got taken down, and then the LaSalle player took a punch at him, and he's done.
Total frustration of that young man. Referee Wayne Humel directed.
That's Mike Fennell, and
yep.
he's going to get a game misconduct, which means he'll sit out tomorrow too.
He'll be a long bus ride home also. A long bus ride, a 5-hour trip from Troy up here for the youngster, and hoping to play 2 games, and a little frustrated, down 7-3, and he and Timmy O'Shea had a little collision just inside the blue line. Both went down, both got up, and I don't know if Timmy said something to him. He didn't push him or anything, and young Mr. Fennell just threw a right haymaker, and fortunately, Timmy's got the mask on, but there's
going to be a holding call, and they're going to be, like I said, if we get out of this game without any penalties, we'll be lucky. Well, didn't work out, Dave.
This last 3 quarters of this period is really, really dragged. A lot of whistles, a lot of penalties, a lot of goals, a lot of shinny out here in the last few minutes.
Yep.
But
I think Mike Lapointe also picked up a penalty from the penalty box. I may be wrong, but that could be.
Yeah, I don't know what Mr. Fennell's hanging around for. I think they've ejected him, I do believe, and the gate's not open down there, and he's not moving towards the end, but I think Wayne Humel has got this one labeled. He threw a haymaker.
Yeah, you can't throw a punch. I mean, there's just that's just not allowed.
If was it Buster Mathias would have landed one of those on Mike Tyson there last week, it might have had some effect, but.
Okay, here we go.
Number 4, Mike Fennell, a minute and a half for holding.
He got a holding call. A major and a game disqualification.
Minor, major, and a game disqualification.
To number 14, Tim O'Shea.
Tim O'Shea picked up a penalty. Roughing.
See the penalty to number 7, Mike Lapointe, a 7.5-minute misconduct.
And Lapointe got a misconduct, which means I would guess that he's going to sit 2 periods tomorrow. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, I think Coach Long has some type of policy in there about misconducts.
Yeah, he sure does.
Mike Lapointe, wearing the C, decided to question why Timmy O'Shea got the roughing call. I don't think they had that initially. I don't think there were any penalties on the two of them. They just got up and then the right haymaker, and I think Timmy's came after the fact, I do believe.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's just a lot more work for our statistician over here. She's running out of paper, got writer's cramp.
And Cormanius off the face-off, dumps it deep. After it is Meacham. Around the boards, Cormanius again. Nick's had 3 goals, the hat trick, and he has been outstanding, including 2 shorthanded goals, and one of them was when Massena was 2 men down. So I would say we're not going to be too hard-pressed to pick our Coke player of the game. Nice poke check by Adam Barkley, and the puck's underneath him. And now there's some pushing and shoving. And Murray and Barkley, I think DeRosie's going to pick up a penalty.
He's going to be the third. If they had a third man in, he's gone, I'm sure. In the NHL, he'd be the third man in, and he'd be game disqualification. And I don't know what Adam Barkley and Is it Murray that went down in a heap down in the corner? And
what happened was Barkley made a good play and then kind of jumped on the puck, and Murray dived on him, and then DeRozzi dived on him.
Yeah, it was, again,
I think they're only going to call him roughing, though.
Well, they're going to give him a break then. We got an interference call on one.
And then the Murray gets called for, he jumped on Barkley, so he gets the initial penalty, and then DeRozzi will get one as well for jumping on him.
I tell you, it looks a couple more in that sin bin down there for Massena. We'd have half a dozen. See, O'Shea, DeRozzi, Kermanius, and LaPointe all select little. And down over here to our right, we have 16. That's Murray, Captain Christian Murray, along with Bill Dallas. So,
well, poor Sandy, he's having a little work down there on the score sheet as well.
He certainly is.
Massena's going to win the game and go to the championship against Aquinas Institute of Rochester. So we get a chance to chat with our good friend Dave Montgomery tomorrow. And this one cannot be over soon enough.
Con, hold dinner for me. I'd planned to be home before this, but looks like it's going to be a little late tonight.
And we're still waiting as they sort this one out. DeRozzi will get the penalty for Massena. Now, wait a minute. Kormanius, what's he in there for?
I don't know.
Well, Sally, our statistician, says I don't know and probably doesn't care at this stage right now.
Of course, the major penalty is still up there on the LaSalle side, as if it doesn't really make much difference. We got to play out 26 seconds is what we have to do here, as things have gotten totally out of hand.
Well, it's, I don't know, it's a lot of penalties. The referee, they're keeping things, you know, under control, but it's just a lot of stoppage, and I guess that's where they paid the big bucks. If they're going to call these penalties, they have to figure out who's what and where and what's a delayed, and fortunately for them, there's only 26 seconds left. If that's, we're in the second period or the first period, they'd have their hands full.
Murray gets a minute and a half for cross-checking and a minute and a half for unsportsmanlike. And a 7.5 minute misconduct.
Right.
Now, why do they assess that when it means nothing?
Well,
okay, Kermanius, interference, where was that?
didn't see it.
Roughing. Yep, roughing on DeRozzi.
Yeah, this is just frustration showing through.
I did not see Kermanius's. It must have happened off the play.
Yeah.
And we saw Murray's, because he jumped on Barkley is what happened. He must have led with his cross-check, and Barkley was on the bottom of the pile. DeRozzi jumped on top of him.
That's what
his roughing penalty is for. Kormanius must have interfered somewhere else. And with 26 seconds left, the net result is a 4-on-3 power play for LaSalle, but it doesn't really matter. With 26 seconds left, trailing 7-3, there's not a real heck of a lot they can do.
We just had another ejection, and it's not one of the players, it's the manager. They just bounced him. Wayne Umel said, son, there's the locker room and get there. He's been yapping over there, the manager. Let's see.
Yep.
I thought I had his name down.
Does that mean he has to sit out the next game?
Yeah, he might have to sit out. He might have to stay back in the hotel or at the bus. But he was giving the referee some grief over there, and Wayne Umel was trying to...
You may recall, Massena manager Bobby Belisle got the hook in the Potsdam game last year. You remember
Big
that?
Bob, yes. One of the few times that a manager got bounced. Well, we've seen it again here tonight. And
seen a lot of weird things here tonight, haven't we, Dave?
We sure have.
And a very long hockey game.
That clock up there, that scoreboard, looks like a Christmas tree with all those red and yellow lights on, all lit up, but they're filled on both sides. We've just got a lot of numbers up there. Fortunately, we've only got 26 seconds left in this game because it's really...
Actually, it's going to be 3-on-3, I guess.
Yep, that's what it is, 3-on-3.
That doesn't happen very often anymore.
You mentioned why did they assess the misconduct? Well, if he had it coming, the referee's got to show, hey, you got penalized even though there's only 20 seconds left in the game. This is what you would have got if it happened.
Oh, that's what they assessed him a bench penalty. Here comes Evans trying to bust in front. He shoots. Nice save by Zach. Oh, he got the toe out, didn't he?
Beautiful save.
Great save. Zach Long's had a heck of a game. I'll tell you what, we maybe know who the Coke player is, but we've got some honorable mentions today, don't we?
Definitely.
All right, here we go with 7 seconds left. They go to Evans. He can't quite reach it. 3, 2, 1. Here's a shot from outside the zone. The game is over. Massena goes to the championship, defeating LaSalle 7-3. But that was not really indicative of the game, Dave.
No, it wasn't. It kind of